Hi everyone, how are we today? Just doing an all signs reading today, and we are going to be looking at your financial health. All right, so focusing on money, we may see messages of career coming through with that as well. But I was called to use the Lenormand deck. This is the Healing Light Lenormand deck. I normally use this as a health related deck, but I was doing a career spread today, so I may actually see some health stuff come through for some of you as well. It's just what I was being drawn to do today, financial health specifically. So obviously that's going to mean a little bit different for everybody. So we are just sort of general idea of what's going on with your finances, and if we're going to be seeing those prospering, standing still, going backwards, the general health of the situation financially for you. Like I said, not exactly sure why it's coming out with that specific wording, but that's what I'm being drawn to tell you guys. So that's what we've got. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with all the readings. Do leave a comment on the video as well so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. I will be drawing that at Easter. As always, timestamps in the description box, and alongside that Healing Light Lenormand, I am using the Purposeful Career Oracle deck as well. Okay, so the backs of the cards do look like that, but that is the front of the box. You gotta love the American money all over that. As always, like I said, timestamps in the description, and we will start us off with our Aries. Okay, Aries, and your financial health. What does Aries need to know in regard to their financial health, please? Financial health for Aries. Okay. We have the marketing card coming through first, Aries. Being good at promotions, applying different marketing strategies to grow your business and continue to innovate to attract more sales. I do feel like for some of you, this is all about the way that you're marketing yourself as well. Not necessarily just career-based stuff, just yourself in general. How are you marketing the idea of your finances to yourself? Marketing, the way that you're spending money. Are you buying things, needlessly, or are you, using innovation with the way that you're spending in order to attract more money? So I do sort of feel that energy coming through there a little bit as well. So I do feel too, we do see the picture here of, the graph and the pie chart here. So some of you, that may actually be useful to you when it comes to your finances as well, graphing things out and, putting it into a pie chart of how much I'm spending on this and how much I'm spending on that, okay? But we also see faith coming through here as well. The situation needs your trust. There's a divine reason behind your experience. Your guides are leading you in the right direction. All right. So have faith that, your financial health is going to improve. You may not sort of see that as of yet, Aries, but, it's like marketing the idea of having faith and trust that things are going to work out for you the way that you need them to. Okay, Aries. Financial health for our Aries. Oh, super interesting. Firstly, we have the key, which is the card of success, especially, career, financial success here as well. So new opportunities coming through for you. So things like, marketing these new ideas to yourself where you can, really look at your spending in a different kind of way. Innovation seems to be very important here. Thinking about, promoting the money within your own self through your faith, and innovative energy of better ways to spend, things that you can spend that are more along the lines of investment type energy, new opportunities coming through for you to do so, and to look at your financials in a slightly different way to really help increase those, and just general success in finances for you coming through there. But I do feel the need to trust that, because we do also have here the anchor followed by the ship. Okay, so definitely positive energy here. Your ships will come in. Once again, it's like you needing to rely on those ships will come in, having that faith, that trust that things are going to turn around and travel the direction that you want them to when it comes to your finances. Things may feel like they're a little bit stuck, but you are actually moving in the right direction. So making sure we are taking those opportunities. I do feel that with the anchor there may just be some some energy of just feeling stuck, but things do actually start to move forward for you slowly and surely. Those ships will come in. They're full of treasure for you, Aries. So overall, some really positive energy there for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment so you go in the draw for that free personal reading, and we will move on to Taurus. Okay, so getting your timestamp there, Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, what does Taurus need to know in regard to their financial health? Financial health for Taurus, please. Okay. First, we do have the unsteady card coming through. You can see the Jenga blocks there. So things might be getting a little bit wobbly with your cash flow or business. Abrupt changes in decision making are affecting your finances. So things happening where changes might need to be made when it comes to the person making decisions, or the way that decisions are being made. I feel like for a lot of you, it's taking somebody else on board with decision making. Just changes happening around the decisions being made for you financially. So leaves you feeling a little bit unsteady in your cash flow. But we do also see the maturation card coming through. You're becoming more mature in handling your finances. Taking responsibility is exciting but challenging. It's time to be dependable. So, I do feel as though that unsteady energy is actually leading you into this maturation of the way that you're taking care of your finances. So for a lot of you, Taurus, it's kind of going along the lines of you are now actually getting more decision making in the financial stuff. You are needing to be a little bit more responsible for the decisions that are being made financially. So whether it depends on obviously your circumstances, but not relying on other people as much, and maybe there's you have good value of the things that your ideas and the way that you handle things. You do bring good value to the financial situation, so make sure that you are involved in making those important decisions. All right, but we'll have a look here as well. Taurus in their financial health for Taurus. So firstly, we do see the moon followed by the stars coming through there, Taurus. So, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition and allow the big dreams to guide you, kind of thing. The things that you wish for, hope for, desire, the dream, no matter how impossible those things may seem when it comes to your finances, keep those goals in mind, and with hope and optimism, and to allow your intuition to point you towards those things. All right, so we do feel a bit of emotion coming through there as well with the moon. So it's kind of feeling like a little bit more along the lines of not necessarily bad emotions. It's more, your passion towards achieving these goals that is actually, keeping you moving towards them, and using the positive emotions of, you know, hope and passion towards those dreams and optimism, using that energy, you know, to keep you moving towards those goals and dreams with your finances. We do also have the bear here, so, you know, standing tall and strong in your own power. You know, once again, you're the key here, Taurus, to mature wisdom and strength of financial gain. You know, make sure you do have very secure, strong boundaries when it comes to your finances. So it's not a good time to be, you know, lending out money and that sort of a thing. You know, have clear boundaries when it comes to, you know, I'm not going to spend more than this, I'm not going to spend more than that. You know, this needs to be allocated towards this. You know, when it comes to the way that you're allocating, budgeting, and those sorts of things, boundaries. Make sure we have, you know, everything in their little boxes, you know, and fenced off, so that money can't go spent over here and whatnot as well. Stand strong, stand tall. You have the power within you. You have the strength to, you know, reach this full maturation for yourself, no matter how unsteady things might feel when it comes to your finances. All right, so that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements. You know, make sure you do subscribe, as well as leave a comment so you go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Geminis. Okay. Gemini. What does Gemini need to know in regard to financial health? Financial health for our Geminis. Oh, I saw this first card for Aries as well. So if you have strong Aries placements, it's very important to have faith at the moment when it comes to where you're wanting your finances to go. This situation needs your full trust. There's divine reason behind this experience. Your guides are leading you in the right direction. So have faith that you are moving in the right direction financially. It may not feel like it all the time, but you definitely are. We also have nature coming through here. It's time to enjoy nature around you. If you feel anxious about a situation in your life or career, take a walk to clear your head and be healed. So, you know, that's a good way for you to actually work your finances at the moment. As soon as things start to get a little bit stressful and you're overthinking things when it comes to your finances, literally just take a walk and clear your head, ground yourself, connect with nature a little bit more. I am also picking up here, Gemini, bringing some of that green into your home as well. All right, I'm actually getting specifically, I don't know what it is about. I'm getting a bathroom spaces needing green energy. So bringing some of that nature in. I'm like, it's very interesting because something I have actually seen and heard and learned is, I can't remember specifically what it was. I think it was like a wind chime on a bathroom doorway kind of thing, so that you're not, like, literally not flushing money down the toilet. It helps, you know, keep the energy flowing. So I am actually seeing like green though, so like a green, even just the color green, or some sort of natural made pendant type thing. Doesn't necessarily need to be a wind chime, but I am seeing like a green pendant type thing. For some of you, it might be like made out of nature, like sticks and that sort of thing. But like something green hanging near your bathroom area, literally to, and when you hang that, to literally tell yourself, this is to stop me from, you know, to keep the energy flowing so that I'm not flushing money down the toilet. I don't know why that's coming through like that, but you know, obviously that's a good practice, just in general. So that may be something that helps you guys there, Gemini. But let's have a look with the lenormand as well. And sometimes I get the most randomest messages. It's all about nature and having nature, you know, helping shift the energy around you and your home. It does feel like there's the need specifically to do it in the bathroom for some reason. So I don't know what that is all about. Maybe even just a, you know, a poster of nature in the bathroom. Who knows? Maybe you make some business decisions while you're sitting on the toilet. You know, maybe there's, you know, maybe that's a way to not flush money down the toilet. Are you someone who does online shopping while you're sitting on the toilet, Gemini? Gemini, what does Gemini need to know in regard to financial health? Firstly, we have the fox coming through. This is very interesting in a business arena because it is very independent, self-sufficient type energy. It is not selling yourself short. All right. So making sure that in all aspects of your life, especially your career, that you're not actually selling yourself short, that you're making sure that you are, you know, making the most of any available promotions or things available to you, that you are really taking advantage of those things, that you're not selling your skill set short, that you're not selling yourself short, that you're not shortchanging yourself in any kind of a way. You know, even in the smallest little things in your life here, you know, that I feel like that means different things to different people. So it's not really wanting to be more specific than that. But we do also see the crossroads followed by the letter. All right, so we do see some important decisions being communicated. So I feel like this is kind of like you're deciding to communicate, like I said, with the not selling yourself short, that you may be eligible for a promotion, you may be eligible for a raise, that kind of thing. And so it's making the decision to communicate clearly about, look, I deserve this raise. I've been doing XYZ above and beyond. I deserve this raise. Making sure we are making those sorts of decisions very clearly and you know, with the fox, we're being very clever and intelligent about the way that we are approaching decisions financially, standing on our own 2 feet, being very independent and looking after ourselves first and foremost, and communicating very openly and honestly about what we expect and what we deserve financially as well. Some of you, that does lead to paperwork. That decision that you're making, it does lead to some sort of important paperwork. You're deciding to go ahead with a contract, to go ahead with, you know, signing on the dotted line, to go ahead with, you know, renewing a contract. Some sort of paperwork is relevant for a lot of you there, I feel, coming from the decisions you're making to be a little bit more independent. And like I said, for some of you, it is actually outright, look, I'm eligible for this raise. I deserve it. Where is my raise? Sign on the dotted line that I'm getting this raise. Here's the paperwork. You're signing off on me getting this raise. Thank you. That kind of thing. So, you know, have fun with that, Gemini. Very kind of good energy for you there. I really like that. But you're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe as well as leave a comment so you go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And we will move on over to Cancer. Okay, Cancer. Cancer, what does Cancer need to know in regard to financial health? Financial health for Cancer. Okay. Firstly, I'm seeing this fox called Watch Out. And this fox is a little bit sneakier than the fox in the lenormand. I'm picking up straight away. It's a little bit more hard-edged. It's lived a long, hard life, and it's had to do whatever's necessary to look out for itself here. But you need to be a little bit sneaky here and keep an eye out on things. It does say there's more than meets the eye. Be careful with who you deal with your finances. Someone might be taking advantage of your vulnerability. What I'm picking up is this is like, especially with the next card that I'm seeing, it's like somebody sees the ways you are immature when it comes to dealing with finances or you know, things like that, that you it's giving, there's something about immaturity here, so that they think that you're naive to something, and it's very specific for some of you here. For some of you here, it's like they see that you are, I'm picking up on someone who's like spends money on, like gaming or something that could be considered an immature thing, like a toy or something like that. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's an immature thing. There's a lot of adults that are collectors and things like that. But that's where they're taking advantage of you. It's like, oh, they're like, oh, Cancer, give me some money and I'll get you a really good deal on XYZ. Or, oh, you need to put extra money away for this, or that cost, there was an extra tax on that item, or something like that. So with Fox energy, I always would suggest to be very independent with the way that we're, using money regardless. So it just feels as though you're relying on somebody to help you with something financially, and they may actually be trying to pull the wool over your eyes a little bit, take advantage of you, take advantage of what they see as immaturity in you, that, oh, Cancer doesn't understand how XYZ works or the cost of XYZ. So, they won't notice if I, add $5 or if I do this, it's something like that. We do see maturation coming through as well. Which you are becoming more mature in handling your finances. Taking responsibility is exciting but challenging. It's time to be dependable. So it's actually time for you to rely a lot more on yourself when it comes to how you're dealing with your finances. Like I said, you do just have somebody involved somehow in the way that you deal with your finances. So if you have somebody, you're relying on somebody else to pay a certain bill, or you do need to just get a little bit more involved and take a little bit more responsibility to make sure, that is being paid the way that it should be, the amount that it should be, that sort of stuff. Just clarifying with the lenormand here. Cancer. Financial health for Cancer, please. I do feel like this could actually create further issues for you if you don't catch it, and if you do catch it, to be completely, like, it's kind of inevitable. So don't be afraid of, stirring the pot, letting the shit hit the fan. We have the stork here, which does stir up ideas. All right, it stirs up new ideas. It stirs up brand new energy, movement, things changing. So don't be afraid to stand up and change things when it comes to the way that you're dealing with your finances. I do kind of feel, though, we have the moon coming through next. I feel like this is kind of letting us know that you wanting to take more responsibility of your own finances, it actually stirs someone up emotionally, like it kind of triggers somebody else. So whoever this person is that is involved in taking care of your finances, it does kind of feel like they're going to get a little bit, like, get their back up about you wanting more responsibility of your own finances, which kind of, but like, it's kind of like, it kind of shows their guilt, if that makes sense. Like, because they're getting triggered by you wanting to take more control. And I feel like I'm hearing phrases like, oh, like, Cancer, don't you trust me? They're trying to, like, keep control of your finances. This could actually become a thing. Not gonna lie, this could actually become an issue, because the next card I have is the ship. So I do feel as though this may actually create some emotional distance between yourself and this person. For some of you, it's literally like this person gets up and leaves. If you don't trust me with your money anymore, I'm out of here, kind of thing. But that's shady as. That is actually proof of their shadiness, in a way, Cancer. That's how it's coming through. So don't be afraid to stir the pot, because I suppose you have to ask yourself, is it more important to you to maintain a relationship with somebody who is taking advantage of your vulnerability or what they see as your vulnerability, someone who is potentially taking money from your pocket? Like I kind of get this energy of you in the long run, Cancer. If this person gets up and leaves, or creates some sort of distance between you and this person, yeah, it's going to have this, this triggering kind of moment, or emotional stuff getting triggered between yourself and this person. But in the long run, isn't it kind of a good thing? Because, when that sort of stuff is going on, like that, just in general terms, someone getting away with something like that, then they're like, oh, I can get away with that. I can get away with more. I can get away with more. I can get away with more. And they might start trying to take advantage of you in other ways, in, more ways, in, more money. It is a little bit of a concern, that this person is doing that in the first place. It's not your fault or issue for wanting to have control over your own finances. That's maturity, that's wisdom, that's looking out for yourself. But it just feels like this person may actually get their back up a little bit about that. Because then, of course they're going to get cranky if they can't take advantage of you anymore. But I feel like for some of you, it's going to solve the problem. And even though it creates a bit of distance between you and this person, it's kind of, standing up for yourself. And, it doesn't mean that this relationship with this person is completely gone and dusted. It's kind of putting them on the spot to check themselves, that they make them kind of realize that they can't treat people like that, especially if, I do feel for a lot of you, it's like a friend. And like, I don't want to, scare you guys or get your back up or anything, but like, because it could just be something as simple as, like, oh, can I borrow $20, Cancer? And Cancer goes, yeah, sure. Just my wallet's just over there. Just grab $20, and they take 25. It could just be something really small. It could even just be, because it's energy. I read energy. I don't necessarily read the future per se. Although anyway, it might even just be somebody thinking about doing that. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're actually going ahead and doing that. It's kind of like somebody seeing that opportunity, and that's what's in the energy there, is that person has that opportunity to do this. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they go ahead and do this. It's just, closing off the opportunity for them to do that. Okay, so no need to freak out. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements as well, and see if that connects or resonates. But you're more than make sure you do subscribe to the channel so you can go in the and my goodness, I'm getting all tongue twisted. And also comment on the video so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And we will move on over to our Leos. Leo and your financial health. What does Leo need to know in regard to their financial health? Oh, Leo, your messages are not wanting to come out. And that is driving me insane that the pink strap is... Anyway. Sorry, Leo. For some reason, your messages do not want to come out right now. And I'm getting distracted and it's trying to pull me away from Leo. Leo. Leo, what does Leo need to know right now in regard to their financial health? Wow, I'm shuffling and this is the third time that card has come out. Maturation. You're becoming more mature in handling your finances. Taking responsibility is exciting but challenging. It's time to be dependable. All right, so I'm actually reading this a little bit different for you, Leo, because this is you. You're kind of being a bit of a role model here, I think, Leo. Your maturity with finances it's kind of you're helping somebody else with their finances, taking responsibility. I feel like you're not just taking responsibility of your own finances. You're actually helping someone else, either take responsibility of their own finances or you're taking some responsibility of somebody else's finances here. We do have collaborative energy as well, so that would explain why I'm getting that. Working with someone who has the same goals as you will increase your power and reach. Someone wants to do business with you, so definitely this collaborative energy with you being quite mature and able to handle finances. Somebody sees that about you and wants your help or wants you to help, take over their finances. Very interesting. I'm picking up for some of you, you may actually be entering into some sort of partnership, whether it be a business partnership or a personal partnership, where, joint finances are a little bit more on the table than what they may have been for you in the past. Leo, financial health for our Leos. Steady as she goes. We did see on that maturation card, it's time to be dependable. That's exactly what this is all about, that you're anchoring somebody else through maybe a rough period in their financial life, helping them break cycles that they have made financially, helping them, it's once again, and it's that collaborative energy. Your relationship with this person is helping stabilize them. You're the anchor for this person so that they don't drift away in debt, kind of thing. You're helping them break that bad cycle of spending and bad financial decisions. You're helping them with those cycles and patterns that they've set within their own selves, and your relationship is steady and anchoring them and very dependable energy for them. We do also see the birds, so there is definitely the need to have conversations with this person. We need to be very very, very chatty basically about what's happening, because I feel like this person is actually learning a lot from you. And the goal I feel for you here, Leo, is not to completely take over, but to actually teach this person how to do these things for themselves. So we do see, opening your wings wide, using your wisdom to help guide this person and really enable them to open up and be conversational about what's going on financially for them so that you can help them. All right, so that's what we have for you, Leo. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. Make sure you do leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading being drawn at Easter. Subscribe and we will move on over to our Virgos. Okay, Virgo, what does Virgo need to know in regards to financial health? Financial health for our Virgos. Ooh, Virgo, connections starting us off here. Teamwork makes the dream work. Allowing others to share their talents and skills with you will help your career and business grow further. So don't be afraid to ask people for financial help and advice and things like that when you do need it. The connections that you do have, you may actually have people in your life that are actually really, really suitable and already have the skills to be able to help you with exactly that thing. All right. We have rewards as well. Your hard work is paying off. Your performance is gaining attention in your community. You deserve the rewards you are receiving. So, definitely some financial reward coming through. Both of those do talk about community, which is very interesting. So, for a lot of you, it may not be just yourself who is, gaining from your financial growth and freedom here. There may be other people coming into the mix, and it's kind of like the more that you're helping others, the more that you will in turn be helped financially. Okay, so don't be afraid to, connect and extend, when it comes to your financial stuff. I'm getting, very giving what you get kind of energy. The more that you give, the more that you get back. Virgo, financial health for our Virgos. Financial health for Virgo. Ooh. Okay. We do see social aspect coming back through once again. Clarify these first two cards for our Virgos, please. Okay, so the reason I'm seeing that then is that, okay, cool. So once again, it is all about this connection stuff here, Virgo. Very important for your energy at the moment with finances, apparently. We have the Tower coming through firstly with the mice. All right, so they both do talk about stuff from the past, which is very interesting here. Things that you thought you had lost, some sort of power, some sort of authority that you thought you had lost when it comes to your finances. The Tower can also talk about, keeping yourself in isolation and separate. So it's kind of saying that you need to put that in the past a little bit there as well, and stop stressing so much. You do have, this authority, this big, tall, strong tower. The foundation is good. It's time to put the isolation in the past, though. We do see you stressing a fair bit here and things sort of eating away at you, the way that things have happened in the past with finances. But I'm kind of getting this strong message of, that is actually an opportunity. We have those two cards clarified by the key. So, looking to the past and stressing about the way that things have happened in the past for you financially is actually an opportunity for you to learn from that and find successful ways other than the past ways that haven't worked for yourself here. So it's kind of, really being very rigid and traditional in your outlook and using your past experiences financially to, throw you back into the right direction rather than allowing those things to occur over again. And it's very interesting. I'm just sort of, you're probably noticing my attention distracted here. There's actually a beetle in my house, which, where did this beetle come from? I don't know. It is a shiny beetle, but beetles actually refer to connections. Once again, teamwork. So, we definitely see the need for you to come out of that isolation. The foundation that you've created is good, but, now you actually need to expand upon that and connect to others and help others and learn from others. We do also have the dog here for you, which is, the card of loyalty, companionship, compassion, understanding. So the more understanding and compassion that you're showing others when it comes to their financial situations, the more you will be shown for your financial situation. Connecting to others, talking to friends about finances is going to be very, very helpful for you at the moment. For some of you, I do sort of feel this energy of pairing up, and that's the teamwork for some of you. But we definitely do see opportunities to expand financially, but it does seem very, very interlocked with your connections with others. So really needing to take that into consideration. How can I utilize my connections to further myself financially, that kind of thing. All right, but that's what we have for you, Virgo. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. Make sure you do leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to Libra. Okay, Libra. What does Libra need to know right now in regard to their financial health? Financial health for our Libra. Seeing a lot of the same cards coming through today, which is very interesting. I'm like, it's a pretty solid deck. Does it tell me how many? 54 cards, and I'm seeing repeated cards coming through. So firstly, we have the Faith card. This situation needs your full trust. And I wanted to say attention. There is divine reason behind this experience. Your guides are leading you in the right direction. So it does need your attention, but also your trust and faith that things are going to work out the way that you want them to financially. It's all about your perspective. All right, we have perspective coming through here. Your viewpoint about money is changing positively. It's time to see the bigger picture in growing your finances. Your values are affecting your decisions. So, it's time to really take your perspective into consideration and give it a little bit of attention here, and ask yourself about, how can I see the bigger picture here? In the bigger picture, how am I doing with my finances? Straight away, I am being drawn to that. I've mentioned it in readings in the past, but the whole idea here that if you are sitting there with a roof over your head, with a bed to have a good sleep in, with food in your stomach, you're doing better than 95, 97% of the world. Okay, and legitimately that much of the world. If you have access to internet to be able to watch this video, it's all about perspective, guys. You are doing much better than you think you are. If you have $2 to rub together, like $2, you're probably doing a lot better than a lot of people who have negative $2, don't have $2, who have no home, who have no food, who have no one. So it's all about your perspective at the moment, and trusting that, having faith that things are moving forward for you. You may just not realize it. You are doing better than you realize you are. Okay, Libra. Libra, financial health for our Libra. Things are moving forward. Things definitely are moving forward for you, Libra. We have the ship there. So the ship is a card of movement. It's all your ships are coming in. Have faith that, this ship will dock at your harbor. Forgetting my words today. It's part of the journey. Okay, it's all part of the journey, Libra. Once again, that perspective. I do actually see something big coming up for you here with these next two cards. I will actually clarify in a moment, but we do have the crossroads and the lilies. So there is actually a big financial decision that you are about to be asked to make, or you will be making very soon. It is a big decision financially, and it will actually affect your long term, your whole life, your 10, 20, 30 years from now will be affected by this decision. For some of you, it is actually relocating, traveling, moving away. There is a lot of distance and travel comes through with that ship energy. So for some of you, I have been picking this up for Libra quite a lot, is relocation. It has come through in the Libra messages a lot. Clarify clarify those two cards for Libra, please? We have the flowers coming through, which is like a gift from the universe for some of you here. It's and the heart as well. So, you know, this is a decision from the heart. It's a decision for some of you. This is a decision to definitely move for some of you, to move to, you know, home is where the heart is, it's telling me, and, you know, you're following your heart, and that's why you're making this big decision that is going to affect you financially. But at the end of the day, you know, if you have love, if you don't have love, you have nothing else. Your perspective, your, you know, you have to give in order to receive. So I feel for some of you, it's giving your all to something that you are passionate about, someone you are passionate about. Some of you, that may involve making some sort of big decision like moving to be with somebody, or to give your time, your love, your energy to something that you have not been giving it to. It is a long-term decision, something very close to your heart, that is for sure. Or it will be close to your heart for some of you here. For some of you, you don't even realize what's going on yet, but because I do feel a very future energy here, that it's something that hasn't happened yet. So a lot of you aren't even aware yet of the potential of this. But you know, you will be faced sooner rather than later as well. You will be faced with a decision that, you know, I feel like what it's kind of telling me here is that, you know, you will feel as though you need to take the financials as more of a concern with this decision than what you actually should. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to get wrapped up in the, oh, can I afford to do this? You know, is this going to work out for me with money? But you actually need to make this decision. You need to give it your all and make this decision from your heart, and chase, you know, what your heart wants, not what's necessarily what you think is best for you financially. Because, you know, if you put the money first, you may not reach the decision that is the best decision for you. It's all about your perspective. Once again, that perspective, having faith that if you follow your heart, things have a way of working out regardless. Okay, so being prepared to maybe take on a bit of financial risk in order to be true to yourself and to your heart here, Libra. So don't allow yourself to put the financials before what your heart wants, is what I want to say on that one. So that's what we have for you. A little bit ambiguous there, Libra. You do like to keep me on my toes sometimes. I love it. But that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, as well as leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Scorpios. Okay, Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know in regard to their financial health? Financial health for our Scorpios. I am just picking up some messages for you, Scorpio. I don't know whether it's strictly to do with money, but I keep getting like, what are you punishing yourself for? Why are you being so harsh on yourself right now, Scorpio? You're beating yourself up about something? Is it money? Scorpio. Financial health for our Scorpios. Attention. Be careful in making decisions with your finances. Prioritize your needs over your wants, as it affects the harmony in your cash flow. All right, so making sure we've got everything in its box. You can kind of see, even though this is like a picture of like gambling, some sort of gambling thing. I don't gamble, so I don't really know. Well, I do gamble, but not whatever that is. Poker or no, it's not poker. It's it says 2 to 1. I don't know, some sort of odds betting, some sort of betting thing. Bet on yourself, Scorpio, but bet on what you need before what you want. But every time I see this card, it draws me to the idea of putting everything in its little box. So having little boxes that you have around yourself where, okay, X amount needs to go to food, X amount needs to go to bills, X amount needs to go to this or that, and making sure we do have that little box for ourselves and our spend on whatever money, but making sure that that is the last box being filled, that we have all these other things filled first, including putting some money away as well. I do feel the need to, for some of you, even if it's depending on your income and whatnot as well, but even if it's only like $1 a week, you can afford to put away. Get that money tin out and make sure you do have that little box checked that, yes, this week I have put something away for that rainy day. I do feel that's very important for you at the moment, Scorpio, to be somehow investing in future, Scorpio, and what you might need in the future. So that is just coming through. We have nature as well. It's time to enjoy nature around you. If you feel anxious about a situation in your life or career, take a walk to clear your head and be healed. You haven't been taking enough time for yourself in amongst it all. You Scorpio, feeling very like work kind of thing is coming through here for you, Scorpio, that you actually do just need to get away from it all for a minute. The more that you start stressing about things, the more that you're sitting there going over it and overthinking it and dragging yourself into this pit where that's all that you can focus on. You need to get away from it and focus on nothing. Focus on nature. Focus on the trees. Focus on the birds in the trees. It would help you more than you realize. I feel like a lot of you, this is just something that you just haven't done for a while. You haven't actually just gone for a walk to clear your head. So, I feel like it's kind of necessary to ground yourself at the moment, Scorpio, to get out of your head a little bit here. Connect to nature in some kind of a way. And I am picking up here for someone too, earth signs. For some of you there, that nature element may actually be an earth sign that you're needing to connect to. Maybe go for a walk with an earth sign friend or family member or something like that, to help you clear your head and reconnect to what really matters. And I feel like a lot of you are feeling like all your attention is on money right now and not on the things that truly matter to you. And I'm kind of hearing even someone saying, but all that matters to me is money. But that's not true at all, Scorpio. There's more that matters to you. And if you don't want to admit it, that's fine. Scorpio, financial health for our Scorpios, please. I'm also hearing someone sort of saying, like, just tell me it's going to be okay. You just need to get out of your head, Scorpio. Fine. Okay. Scorpio, is it going to be okay for Scorpio with financial health? Is it all going to be okay for Scorpio with financial health? Yes. Yes. You have good ideas. It's time to stir things up a little bit and You know, this is like embracing some change a little bit, Scorpio. Sometimes the changes are a little bit uncomfortable and scary and whatnot, but get ready to embrace some change. Stir it up, stir some shit up. Uh, let the shit hit the fan financially if it needs to. It will all fall down in the right places for you. Okay. There is positive change on the wind, all right? Um, you will get there. It is positive energy. There, and I feel like looking at the other energy here, the movement is very quick out of nowhere, and you know, long term, it's you will be moving in the right direction. We do have the masculine coming through firstly, which is an energy very muchly up in the headspace, very stuck in up in this headspace, Scorpio, overthinking things and really needing to get back down into your heart space and just do what you love, find what you love. Ask yourself, what is it that I actually love outside of money? Is it my friends? Is it my family? Is it, you know, something in the potential that I love, something that I'm actually passionate about? Am I actually passionate about my job, or is there things about my job that I do, you know, feel very emotional about doing? You know, or am I just here for the money? Because, you know, yeah, money makes the world go round, Scorpio, but it drains you. It drains your energy. It drains you away from your heart space, okay? Which you need to get out and be sociable. We have the garden here. So you do need to get out of your head and be a little bit more sociable. This is, you know, public spaces. Once again, getting out in nature, just going for a walk and clearing your mind. You know, getting out and about, going to an art gallery. You know, you can do these things for free. For a lot of these sorts of things, go to your local park and just go for a walk. There's a lot of things you can do for free in this world that are, you know, in public spaces, that sort of a thing. I know, you know, we've got art galleries, museums, you know, going on. You know, Facebook is your friend, guys. Check Facebook events, and there's usually something going on, like markets or, you know, some local community group doing something. Get involved in something out in the community, in some kind of a way. Get out and outside. You need to be out of the house, out of your head, because once again we have you up in your head with the clouds here. All right, so that's the card of overthinking. That's leading you into anxiety and stress, and it's actually also clouding your judgment as well. You don't realize this when you're overthinking things, but it does actually start to confuse you even more, cloud your judgment, because, you know, what happens when we get up in our head is we start going down this twisty little, you know, thought process where all of a sudden all we can see are the negative consequences. We're not necessarily noticing the positive potential outcomes anymore. So, you know, the more that you're up in your head, the more that you're drawing yourself into that confusion, the clouded judgment. All right, you need to look for the silver lining of those clouds, get back out of your head out of the clouds, literally, you know, because the clouds for you are thinking about money right now. So just be very careful about that, Scorpio. I would suggest to you maybe checking your other placements. There may actually be an extra layer of information for you in one of your other placements. I would probably recommend your Saturn placement if you know your chart, because that is, you know, usually the boss taskmaster placement. So maybe check that one out. And guys, it is still Mercury retrograde, so I'm not surprised to see you in this energy at all, Scorpio. But stop beating yourself up about not having enough, being enough. You know, whatever that is that's going on for you there, you know, get out of your head and just start finding the love in life again, or for life again, for nature. Okay. More than welcome to check out your other placements. Do subscribe to the channel as well as leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know in regards to financial health? Wow, like that's fun, Sagittarius. Fun energy there. That actually, right when that card flew out, I got an image of like someone throwing money at a stripper. Fun. Sagittarius. So yeah, don't be wasting money on frivolous pursuits. Oh, you're going to love these Sagittarius. Like I said, I saw that image right as that card flew out. And have a look at this picture. This is the talent card. You have an exceptional talent in art that needs to be discovered or expanded. It's time to make a fortune in your creativity. So maybe you are the dance artist getting money thrown at your feet, Sagittarius. You have more skill and talent than you realize, whether that is dancing or whether that is elsewhere, somewhere in creative pursuit, actual art, anything creative, really. A lot of things are creative that you may not even think about when someone says art, an artist. Cooking, gardening, all those sorts of things are creative. We also see learner. It's never too late to learn something new, whether getting back to the academy or just studying on your own. A new skill or knowledge brings efficiency. So I feel like this is directly connected to this talent energy as well. So whatever it is that your particular skill, art, artistry, your talent is, learning some new skills around that. If you don't feel like you have any talent per se, maybe learning a new skill, talent, will actually help you find that pursuit. All right, so it's never too late to learn. I'm hearing you can actually teach an old dog new tricks, Sagittarius. So for some of you, I am getting something to do with actual dogs coming through there. That maybe that's part of your talent, your skill. Maybe you're someone who can do really cool dog groomer stuff. You see the videos of like the dog that's dyed up to look like a zebra and all that sort of stuff. Maybe you've got a really cool talent at with animals and that. So I'm picking up dogs for some reason. So some of you, it may be a talent involving dogs. Sagittarius, financial health for our Sagittarius. And I also want to say, Sagittarius, that don't overthink it to start with. And there's that dog again. Super interesting. I'm seeing basically just confirmation of what we've already talked about. On the bottom of the deck, I do have the book there. So we are definitely seeing references to knowledge and learning more, finding out the secrets of the universe, the things that you don't know, learning those, education. We are seeing you very much up in your head here. So we have the clouds and then the masculine energy. So, very up in your head, thinking a little bit too much rather than doing, I feel, for a lot of you. The more that we're stuck up in our headspace and not following our heart, which is where the talent, the skill is coming from, the artistry comes from, the more that we're denying ourselves that creative flair. All right, so it clouds our judgment. It ends up confusing us and leads to anxiety and whatnot as well. So just be very careful with overthinking things at the moment. Keep it simple, Sagittarius. We also have the dog. Look at that. So definitely some dog references for somebody there as well. So we do definitely have that dog coming through strong, the animals coming through for you, Sagittarius. So that may be definitely significant to somebody there. That is the card of loyalty, compassion, understanding. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is understanding more about yourself, more about what you want to learn about. Very interesting that we are seeing that learner energy. I do quite frequently say to Sagittarius in personal readings that I have a question I ask Sagittarians. What type of Sagittarius are you? Do you like to, learn and grow with gardening, with book smarts, education, skills? What is your type of learning? Is normally something I do ask Sagittarius, because I find most Sagittarians, I find, it's one of those things. They love to either expand their knowledge, expand their their garden, or expand their skills, and like to learn new skills pretty constantly anyway. A lot of Sagittarius are very, big learners when it comes to education as well. And quite a few that are gardeners, which is very funny to me. I find a lot of Sagittarians, like even those that think they have like they're really bad at gardening, they've got this secret green thumb that a lot of them don't even realize that, there's like a certain plant type that they can just grow. And and it's like I've had a Sagittarius say to me, I can't grow anything. I can't even grow, succulents. They're really easy to grow here in Australia, succulents. And I can't even grow succulents. I'm hopeless at gardening. And then you give them like a plant that is like renowned to be super hard to grow, and all of a sudden they hardly even take any care of it, and it's amazingly growth. And so it's pretty interesting to me sometimes. But you do have some sort of exceptional talent or skill that you may not even be aware of at the moment, and it's time to understand that part of yourself that does want to learn and grow and have have more skills and whatnot as well. It can actually help you make money in the future, is what I'm seeing for you there. Your financial health is, expanding your talents and skills. All right, so that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe, as well as leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Capricorns. Okay, Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know about their financial health? Financial health for our Capricorns. Lucky you, Capricorn. This is your lucky time. Things are turning in your favor. Take advantage of this opportunity and make the most of it. So for some of you, there may be a specific opportunity coming through that is going to help you make more money, help turn your finances in the direction that you want to be in. Things are turning in your favor. You're in a positive, lucky time for yourself when it comes to finances. Some of you may even be winning some sort of money as well. But we do have bothered coming through here. Don't fear failure, but be afraid of regrets. You regret the choices that you never make. You regret the risks that you never take. Your worries are blocking your success. Remind yourself of your greatness and stay optimistic. So, you being bothered by money is what's blocking the good luck, Capricorn. So your worries and stress about money is blocking the money. All right. So try to not be quite so bothered by the money. And I'm strongly getting this energy of you regret the risks you don't take. So, you know, this opportunity, whatever this opportunity is that's coming in for you, Capricorn, it might feel risky, high risk, high reward. Yeah. You will regret not taking this risk. Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know in regard to their financial health? It's not really wanting to tell me much about what that risk is, but this opportunity. Capricorn, financial health for Capricorn. For some of you, it is travel. We have the ship coming through firstly. But once again, that's reminiscent of that lucky you energy. Lucky you, all your ships are coming in. Lucky you, that pirate ship full of treasure has just landed at your doorstep, Capricorn. Lucky you, you're able to, you know, set sail on the right course towards financial freedom and financial success. For some of you, you are, it's got something to do with traveling or distance. I want to say once again, distancing yourself from your financial concerns. Some of you, the opportunity, the risk that you're taking has got to do with travel and spending the money on a certain travel. But it's going to pay off in the long run to do that, to go there, to, even if it's just a holiday or something like that. It's like, it's, once again, it's not wanting to tell me the specifics, but it's, for someone here, it's like you get this opportunity to travel a certain place or go somewhere. It doesn't even need to be a huge distance, but it is kind of reminding me of when I've only ever been overseas once, and it was an opportunity that was too good to refuse. And, you know, it was like, oh, it's going to cost me a lot of money to do this, kind of last minute-ish. But it was an opportunity that, you know, I would regret not taking that opportunity. So, you know, I used money that I was like, didn't want to part with, but I did, and I spent it, and I spent it all, and then probably some more. And I'm so, so glad that I did. You know, I would have regretted not going if I didn't go. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. Like, it may not be that something specific is happening on this travel or this journey, but it's avoiding the regret, I think, for a lot of you, that it might be like one of those once in a lifetime opportunities that's too good to miss. We do have the Lily coming through next as well, so it tells me that, you know, this may be a once in a lifetime ship available to you, that if you don't get on this ship now, that ship might never come back again. And it's something that on your deathbed you're going to be like, I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad that I took that opportunity when it was offered to me. And if you don't do it, you're going to be on your deathbed in regret for not doing it. It's something that is going to affect you long term if you do or don't do this. So it's something that's going to create lasting memories one way or another. And it is going to be, you know, if you do take this opportunity, it will be something, you know, very close to your heart. And it's going to be something where you hold that memory dear, kind of thing. Movement. We have the rider here. Good news on the way about this opportunity. Good news on the way that this is coming in for you. That it's kind of like good news is knocking at your door, Capricorn. I am, for some reason, hearing the phrase, it's knocking on your door. It's knocking at your door. So for some of you, it may literally something at your home. You may receive news directly to your home about this opportunity. So it's coming through very specific, but not clarifying the extra information for me. So, it may come in the form of somebody as well. This is usually somebody who's very, they're very kind and lovely about the way that they talk about things, but sometimes it's like knight in shining armor kind of energy. With this particular deck, I do get references to I know you can't really tell in this deck at all, but I do sometimes get references to the Anzacs, which is the Australian army basically, but from the past. Australia and New Zealand armed corps or something. Army. All right, it's the army. So it may be somebody military showing up, giving you this good news or giving you this opportunity for some of you here. May not necessarily be army. I'm just sort of seeing someone with like badges. So it's not showing me the full army outfit. It's just showing me like badges or like medals. So it may be just somebody official. Some of you may actually be winning something, and it's like someone's showing up at your door saying, "Congratulations." Super interesting. Can I get one more to clarify what this is for Capricorn, please? Will you tell me? One more for Capricorn, please. Clarify. Masculine energy. It's probably going to be a male. In the letter. It's probably going to be a male that communicates this news to you. Whether it's through documentation of some sort or like a letter showing up at your door with words, verbal communication, text, email. Doesn't want to tell me. Maybe check your other placements, Capricorn. That may actually give you an extra layer of information about that. You're more than welcome to do so. Please make sure you do subscribe to the channel as well as leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And we will move on over to Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius, what does Aquarius need to know in regard to financial health? Financial health for our Aquarians. What was that? I just, like an image, just. I think it was showing me a card, but it didn't like stay in front of my face for long enough for me to. Shopping. If you're thinking about making money in retail or online selling, this is a good sign to try. It's also an opportunity to take your business on the internet. All right, so, online shopping coming through very strongly here, but in a positive way, in a way that you can maximize your financial health here. So definitely for some of you, this is business specifically related to, as it says on the card, selling online, retail development, I'm hearing, taking your business online in some kind of a fashion, marketing online, sharing online resources, all that sort of stuff. For some of you, I'm getting like just learning a little bit more about something financially online. And I'm getting shopping around online as well. So that's telling me, it's giving me a personal reference here shopping around, like with your bills and things like that. Getting online and doing comparison searches for, like, am I paying too much electricity and things like that. Because the personal reference it's giving me is that, just was it yesterday? My electricity company, I had to ring them to organize something because, something had gone wrong with my bill. So I rang them, and they said, oh, well, while you're on the phone, it's actually coming up in our system that there's comparison plans in the system, right? So there's actually a plan, there's a couple of plans that suit you better that will actually save you $120 a year. And I was like, well, sign me up for that one. I would like to save $120 per year. Why not? Um, just do it, like, automatically, right? Shouldn't they? No, obviously not. But it ended up like me calling the electricity company just randomly for something, whatever, got me this better, not only a better deal on my electricity, but this particular deal that they gave me, I got free entry to the zoo for 2 years. So now I'm like, oh, awesome. I'll be able to go to the zoo with, like, it's for me and anyone in my household. So I'll be able to take my son and myself to the zoo in Sydney for free. So it's like pretty cool. I'll be able to, gives me some stuff, some extra stuff to do. It's only like 2 to 3 hour drive from my house. So that'll be a really awesome little weekend away for me and my son. But it's telling me things like that. So, comparison shopping around, not just going, oh, I need this, I'm going to go here and buy this. Shopping around, getting online, checking out where's got the best deals, what's on offer, what extras can I get from this, from that. All right. And with your business as well, because if you're, looking at putting more business things online and things like that, shopping around for the services that can help you the most. So, that one, if you shop around, that particular place might actually offer, free marketing or some bonus that helps you out here. Talent. You have an exceptional talent in art that needs to be discovered or expanded. It's time to make a fortune in your creativity. That's actually playing straight off that card there. So that's telling me that it's expanding the creative outlook of what you're doing online. So being creative with it, not just going to the first thing you see. Shopping around. Once again, it's kind of telling me that straight away. It's not really going into some of the other reasons of that talent energy. It's not necessarily talking about art. It's talking about being creative with the way that you're comparison shopping, the way that you're approaching online expansion and things like that. Be creative about it. The more creative and the more unique, I want to say, the better for you financially. Okay. So that's what we've got for you. But we'll have a look at your lenormand. Aquarius, financial health for our Aquarius. Oh, ye of little faith, Aquarius. We do have the cross coming through firstly. For some of you, this is specifically outreaching to community groups that are spiritual or religious based. So, there may be something that flags up in your creative little mind about something, community-based, spiritual-based, religious-based. So maybe getting involved in your local church, in your local community, spiritual groups and things like that may actually really help you out financially. Having faith in yourself, having faith that your finances are heading in the direction that you want them to. This is all playing in your favor. The more that you give, the more that you receive. We have the flowers here as well, and even that woman at the front, at the top here, kind of looks like a nun. I'm once again getting a spiritual church kind of message here from that card as well. So it's like giving back to your community receives back from the community. So maybe that's part of the expansion, part of the getting online, getting involved in community groups and things like that, being creative with it. That's dependable energy. You can depend on your finances, being stable and secure. All right. So you may not see sudden growth or anything unexpected moving forward in the near future. It may not be that quick. It's kind of like all about the long game. I feel like here that, whatever you're doing here financially, it's keeping you steady. You can rely on it sort of staying very steady, and it's going to be sort of slow increases, I feel, for a lot of you. But it's like the more that you give, the more that you receive back. So it's kind of like, for example, if I only ever have $100 a week to spend, from now on, I'm going to choose to give 50 of that dollars to my local church, community group, whatever. And then all of a sudden you start actually getting $150 a week. So, because you're giving that $50 out, all of a sudden you start getting that $50 extra to cover that sort of thing. So that's what I'm sort of seeing here. Those increases, those steady increases in the long run are going to be there. It's just a matter of you actually do need to give out a little bit more here as well. Once again, I do get a strong spiritual community connection coming through for you there. My PayPal is in the description box, guys. And that's a great place to start. Help this little community grow, because we are just a super small community. Get a personal reading. That way you get something in return. All right. That's what we've got for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. Do leave a comment on the video so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And like I said, everything's in the description box that you need to know about. And we will move on over to our Pisces. Okay. Pisces, what does Pisces need to know in regard to financial health? Financial health for our Pisces. I'm actually picking up for you, Pisces, your financial health. I am getting actual physical health coming through a little bit here as well for you, Pisces, but it's got to do with your money. It's like you're needing to, oh gosh, that was half the deck, Pisces. You are like needing to maybe invest in private health insurance, change your private health insurance to something that, you are more covered for different things health-wise. Maybe needing to put some money away for, health-related stuff. Somehow your money and health are interconnected at the moment. Pisces, financial health for our Pisces. Interesting. So this is actually coming straight back to what I was just saying about the physical health. I have had this card come out for Cancer as well. So, and Scorpio had a bit of a rough reading as well. So maybe it's just something with the water signs financially at the moment. We do have the Watch Out card. Now, the energy I'm getting straight away here, it's connecting to that physical health, because the fox energy in the lenormand does signify a need to be very independent, very self-sufficient, very do what I need to do to take care of myself and my own. It does say there is more than meets the eye. Be careful with who you deal your finances with. Someone might be taking advantage of your vulnerability. But it's like, it's not strictly your finances here. It's not someone necessarily taking advantage of your vulnerability. It's your vulnerability affecting your finances. And that vulnerability has got something to do with your health. There is more than meets the eye. So some of you, it may be eye issues, needing new glasses. Who did I have that message for recently? I did have a message recently for somebody about needing to get new glasses or check the prescription on their glasses. It's like your finances will be taking advantage of your health. I don't necessarily understand what that means yet. But it is about, being careful and watching out for, the things that might take us unawares. Once again, physically. Physical and financial seem very interlinked for you right now, Pisces. But we do have faith. This situation needs your full trust. There is divine reason behind this experience. Your guides are leading you in the right direction. So trust that this is popping up for a specific reason. It's kind of that energy of, and I saw a really good meme about it today too, which I might post in the community post section on the channel. But it's about like, if you don't stop, the universe will stop you. If you need a rest and you don't rest, the universe will force you to rest. It's kind of what I'm getting that this health thing is about. It's like, it's happening for a reason, because it's like you need this to happen so that something else can happen, or so that you can deal with this now so that you don't have to deal with that when you can't deal with that. Once again, Pisces, I'm saying things that just don't make sense to me on a conscious level. Sometimes that happens. Like you see it happen quite often with Tyler Tarot, and he will say things like, "This is not resonating with me. This reading's not resonating for me." And usually that's when it's like when you're watching and you're like, "Oh, that's exactly what's going on." But to him, it makes no sense because the message isn't for him. It's for the person watching going, "Oh, that makes so much sense." That's kind of what's happening right now as well, is like I'm getting all these messages for you, Pisces, but they're not making sense to me because they're not for me. And for a lot of you, you don't even realize they are for you. It's like something that hasn't happened yet. But that's what you're needing to watch out for. Prevention is better than the cure, Pisces. Pisces, financial health for our Pisces, please. What does Pisces need to know in regard to financial health? So I just want to bring you back to what this card said here about there's more than meets the eye. Someone might be taking advantage of your vulnerability. Your vulnerability, we have the child. So for some of you, and then that's followed by the woman, all right? So for some of you, I'm definitely seeing a mother and child situation here. So it's kind of telling me that your child is your vulnerability. For those of you where this is you and your child is the vulnerability. And so, looking out for your child's health is the biggest vulnerability that you have. So it's kind of like that's what you're needing to put money away for, is like your child gets sick and you have to buy a cough medicine or, something like that. And then, I'm also getting to that the child getting sick and you have to buy cough medicine for them, because then the child gets you sick too, Pisces, and then you have to get more cough medicine for you. So it's like health is taking advantage of your vulnerability. So your vulnerability is your child. So that's very interesting that I'm getting such a specific message there now. But for those of you who are not a mother with a child, this is talking about your innocence. Your vulnerability is your sweetness, your childlike nature, your sense of wonder, and your hope that everybody is honest and good. And your nurturing nature, wanting to help other people, your need to be empathetic and compassionate towards others. That's what's under the microscope here, Pisces. That somebody may actually try to take advantage of that and use that against you in some way, because I'm seeing that that's kind of what causes all the trouble. So regardless of whether this is your actual child or your sweet little childlike self, that is going to kind of see some trouble, some tension happening financially because of what? Because of what? Because of your kind nature, your heart. We have the heart there. So because of your, your love for others, your love for this child, you know that's not what I meant. I'm just trying to work out how to word this. What specifically does Pisces need to watch out for when it comes to financial health? Your emotions, someone pulling on your heartstrings. That's the moon there, Pisces. It's the heart again. It's the moon. It's the feminine. It's the sweetness within you. The child. Sometimes I'm just trying to make things make sense. Some of you, this is something that pulls on your heartstrings. So it's like, I am now being given an example here of like, sometimes the only way that the universe can make sense of things for me is personal examples. And recently I was at a friend's house and a door knocker came to her house while I was leaving. And I know that she is a very, compassionate person. And I have no trouble saying to the door knocker, I'm leaving. I'm not signing up for this. Sorry, I'm not signing up for that, because they were trying to get us to sign up for a charity. It was actually quite funny because I said to the guy, like, I've been tricked by this charity before, I was tricked into signing up for this charity because they sent a really cute guy to my front door, and he persuaded me to join up just because I was helping him, not necessarily helping the charity. And at the time, I couldn't afford to donate the money that I had signed up for, and I felt tricked by cute guys. All right, cute boys trick us every time. So I had to go and cancel this thing, and it was a whole rigmarole. So I said that to this guy, and he was straight away being like smart aleck, and he was like, "Oh, well, stick around because I'm sure I could tempt you into signing up again." And I was thinking to myself, well, no, you're not cute like the original guy. But anyway, so no, you can't, because I'm standing ground and I've grown a lot in that time, and I'm, I've got boundaries now. And if I know that I don't want to do something, I'm going to say no. So I said no, and then I actually felt the need at the time to, before I left, to say to him, and please don't bother her. She's going through some stuff right now, and I don't want you to take advantage of her. Now is not a good time to talk to her. Please just move on to the next house. This is just, it's not appropriate right now. Because I was standing on ground that day. So I'm kind of feeling like it might be something like that, Pisces, where you're actually just having to, someone's trying to tug on your heartstrings, or someone's trying to trick you with their cuteness. Especially kids, right? They trick you with their cuteness all the time. They put on that cute little smile. Oh, please, mummy. No. 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 I hope that helps it make some sort of a sense to you, Pisces, because the Pisces that I know, like the woman and child Pisces, that cute little face definitely leads you into, tricks you into, giving them what they want. Other Pisces that I know, that cute dude at the door definitely has the potential to trick you into signing up for something that you don't want to sign up for. Do not sign on the dotted line. It's really common here in Australia to, we all get tricked into it at some point or other, is signing up for gym memberships that we don't want. I've known people that have signed up to this particular gym. There's a particular one around my area that does it. Same sort of thing. They send the cute guy, the cute girl. They sign people up left, right, and center. You don't actually want the membership, and then it's impossible to get out of. Do not sign. Do not agree to. Do not agree to it. It's kind of like giving me this energy too of like, the more that you entertain this person too, the more that they will potentially take advantage of you and trick you into it. So don't even entertain it. Just, I'm sorry, I'm about to leave. I can't talk right now. I'm busy. I've got some really urgent matter to attend to. Sorry. It's going to be trouble if you deal with this person and put up with the spiel and let them carry on. It's trouble. It's drama. It's conflict. It's going to create more fight than it's worth. All right. This is like that gym membership. This is like that, that charity that you just never, it's going to take you so much more pain and turmoil to get out of than if you just stand up strong and say, no, I don't have time. Sorry. Goodbye. So that's the closest I can come to as an example for you, Pisces. So for others of you, it may be something a little bit different to that, but That's the best way I can explain it. But, you know, just trust that there's a reason that this is happening. For some of you, it is, you know, to make you more aware of your vulnerabilities when it comes to those things. Just like I sort of now know, vulnerable to cute guys trying to sell me stuff. Vulnerability. Um, watch out. I'm working on it, all right? I'm working on it. In my personal life as well. Working on it. Because it just leads to trouble and drama and conflict. None of us need that. All right. Okay, Pisces, you're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Leave a comment so you go in the draw for that free personal reading, and I will see you all again soon.